Sarvani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. Today we celebrate the 125th anniversary of your birth or appearance in this world. 125 is an important milestone. It is a special opportunity for all your disciples, your grand disciples and admirers to reassess your many accomplishments, to grasp more deeply your teachings, to better comprehend your personal example, and to reaffirm our sense of gratitude and commitment to you and to your mission. Srila Prabhupada, disciples are instructed to reveal their minds before the Guru, to seek his guidance. Thus, this year, I wish to post it before you, my thoughts, and a fear I have. When I read the fear is what gave me goosebumps, and I would really like to have devotees really pay attention to it. You write in your purport to Srimad Bhagavatam 1:2-18, these are the miraculous effects of the association of Bhagavatas. The more progress is made in devotional service under the guidance of the Bhagavatas, the more one becomes fixed in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The messages of the book Bhagavata, therefore, have to be received from the devotee Bhagavata. And the combination of these two Bhagavatas will help the neophyte devotee to make progress on and on. Srila Prabhupada, you are the greatest modern devotee Bhagavata and the giver of the book Bhagavata to the entire world. Thus, your association and guidance are essential for all ISKCON devotees who hope to make progress in spiritual life. But I fear that this fact may be lost with the passage of time. As time passes by, and as your direct disciples, the respected elders of the Hare Krishna movement, pass on, I fear that your association, your preeminent position, your mood and your teachings may be minimized or even forgotten. Of course, in one sense, that can never happen. Your murti will always sit in our temples. Your pranam prayers will always be chanted to begin our kirtans. Your books will always be published. But my fear, Prabhupada, is that the worship of your sacred form may become ritual. Chanting your pranam prayers, just a thoughtless repetition. Chanting your books, read less and less by ISKCON aspirants who are instead attracted by the words of contemporary charismatic preachers. That is why today your Vyasa Puja celebration is so important to all ISKCON members. It is a wake-up call for now, and into the future, it should remind us to ask, are we keeping you in the center of our lives and our communities? Are we looking to you to set the example and standards that we follow? Are we immersed in your teachings, your mood, and your vision? Are we understanding and applying both your strictness and your flexibility? Are we seeking guidance by regularly asking questions? How did Srila Prabhupada respond in a situation similar to what I face today? I want to pause for a quick second. I remember a class that Vishnupada Prabhu gave last week on our Bhagavatam class, where Srila Prabhupada said, Vishnupada Prabhu said that every devotee, whether disciple, direct, or second generation, should have this motto, WWSPD. What will Srila Prabhupada do? WWSPD. I thought that was very, very powerful. That's what came to my mind when I was reading this. This past year, I tried to connect with you more deeply by again reading and then rereading and rereading your official biography, Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. It's a lovely book. Srila Prabhupada, no one, history of course, can capture the whole picture of any great person, especially one as multifaceted as you. But I implore every devotee who reads this offering to consider the 125th anniversary an impetus to read as many biographies of Srila Prabhupada as possible, especially the Lilamrita. And we have so many biographies out there. If we don't read Srila Prabhupada's books, at least we have to read his biographies. Mother Ananga Manjari, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, once said, not her, Mother Jagatarini, I think, she said, the two ways to know Srila Prabhupada is to read his books that he wrote and to read books about him, the biographies. If we read this too, we know Prabhupada's mood. Pakka, no doubt. It's not just because your story, Srila Prabhupada, is an amazing one, although it is. More importantly, with the march of time, we need to better understand what a transcendental person you were and are. Because we need you to remain a living example for us, not just a historical figure or an idol we admire. By hearing about you from proper sources, we better comprehend the challenges you faced, the decisions you made, the considerations you weighed in, making your choices. Not that we just recite as if memorized. Prabhupada had 2 heart attacks on the ship, and he didn't have much money in New York City, and he fought for the Juhu temple, and he published this many books, and he opened a lot of temples, and it all came out, okay? And that was his wonderful Leela, Bas, Jai Prabhupada. That is simply not enough. We need to know more. We need to know that you didn't have 2 heart attacks. You suffered 2 heart attacks. Amazing. He didn't have, but he suffered. You didn't just face some abstract obstacles. You sometimes went hungry because of lack of money. I need your help to turn this page for me. Because of lack of money, as you pushed on your mission. When I was reading this part also, as we were mentioning yesterday, anybody who had a heart attack, the first thing they do is 911, ER. Prabhupada had 2 heart attacks on the ship. There was no doctor. There was no ER. There was no 911. How could anybody live to 2 heart attacks with no doctors? Amazing. And then he came to New York with no money. And he went hungry. Amazing. Simply amazing. In later years, out of anxiety, you couldn't sleep many nights as you were worried about the problems your movement faced. You cried sometimes when reunited with disciples who had left you. You laughed and told jokes that left disciples bursting with laughter. You were excited by new challenges. Your eyes twinkled when teasing your disciples and their children. And you became angry at, but never envious of, those who were too proud or who offended the Lord. In short, we need to understand that you are not a silent murti sitting on a vyasasana. You are an awe-inspiring person, a person who demonstrated love and hurt and humor and enthusiasm against unbelievable odds. And every other human and transcendental emotion. You faced every type of obstacle we will ever face, and more. You showed us how to live in faith and hope and joy. You are not just our founder, Srila Prabhupada, you are our Acharya. It is essential that all ISKCON, gurus and GBCs and novices alike, never forget that we can and must look to you as our example of how to live a Krishna conscious life, how to live in the midst of success and failure, in the company of both kings and paupers, in sickness and in health, in wealth and in poverty, in fame and in obscurity, with family and alone, at home and abroad. We know that you got angry, but that is not enough to know. Or we may think, Prabhupada got angry. I can too. We know you sometimes said people were living like dogs, hogs, and asses. We may think that we can say that too. But when we study your Leela, your Lalamrita, we learn that you, unlike us in our faint attempts to mimic you, said such things with purity, compassion, and love. This is the example that needs to remain alive in our hearts, in our minds, and in our words. Only in this way, in active memory of you, can your society and your followers hope to make progress on and on, to become happy and to inspire others to adhere to the path of the Bhagavatas. So this is my fear, Srila Prabhupada, that unless we are consciously striving to go deep in our understanding of who you are and your mood and your mission, although you are a founder Acharya, you may slowly become a silent murti for most of us. But if we use this 125th year and every year as an opportunity to push ourselves to go deeper to understand you, to learn about your life with its very human struggles, as well as divine successes, then you will ever be alive for all ISKCON. Then we may make decisions, we'll look to your ever-fresh example. Then when we suffer, we'll remember that it was for our sake that you suffered even more than we do. And when we taste joy, we remember that it was you who showed us how to laugh and love with meaning and purpose. For ISKCON to continue, we cannot just claim to be members of the Hare Krishna movement or disciples of this guru or that guru. We must be Prabhupada Anugas, Prabhupada followers. And we cannot follow you. We will fail to follow you if we do not immerse ourselves in your Leela, your Lalamrita, aspiring to remain your example every day, and moment to moment, I pray to become qualified to be your eternal servant, His Grace Anudamadas. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I will have dear Krishna Prabhu read His Grace Kratu Prabhu's offering to Srila Prabhupada. Do you want the book? It's there, Prabhu. But do you want to read it from the See.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I will read out the offering for Srila Prabhupada by His Grace Sriman Krishnadas Adhikari. My dear Srila Prabhupada, Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Please accept my most humble obeisances at your lotus feet on your appearance day. All glories to you and your followers. Srila Prabhupada, your qualities are unlimited. You are most dear to Sri Rupa Manjari. You had distributed the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad to people all over the world. In your old age, you traveled all over the world tirelessly to deliver the fallen souls. Because of you, even Mayavadis became Krishna's devotees. You made the impossible possible. You had preached in the countries where Mayavadi and Shunyavadi were prevalent, and the whole world can now see your success. Lord Krishna empowered you just like the empowered Srila Vyasadeva. The celebration of your Vyasa Puja is our utmost honor and fortune. I am always grateful to Lord Krishna and the whole Guru Parampara for sending you into my life. You are the real ambassador who spread Vedic culture from India to the Western world. Many yogis and jnanis tried to preach in Western countries, but they were not successful because they did not have Lord Shri Krishna as their center. When you founded your International Society for Krishna Consciousness, you named this society a Krishna Conscious Society, even though many advised you to call it a God Conscious Society. You are very clear about spreading Krishna Bhakti all over the world. So today, I beg at your lotus feet that somehow or the other, please make me a tool in your hands that I can preach on your behalf the way you desired. Because of your causeless mercy, the least I can do as your fortuitous servant is to preach Krishna consciousness and follow your instructions to become a preacher. Srila Prabhupada, you are the savior of the whole world, and you have done so by establishing this global ISKCON movement. Thank you for giving us invaluable gifts such as the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, GBC, books, lectures, letters as your instructions, so many temples for association with devotees, Krishna Prasadam, Mridangas, Kartals, Kirtan, Harinam Yatras, Rath Yatras, celebrations of festivals like Janmashtami, Gaura Purnima, Ramanavami, deity worship, Aartis, Gurukulas, restaurants, Gaushalas, farming communities, and so much more. Your contributions to human society are incomparable. You told us how much we love you will be measured by our love, trust, and cooperation with each other after you depart from this material world. So, I am submitting to you for this cause that somehow or another I can follow your instructions for loving, trusting, and cooperating with my God brothers, God sisters, and devotees in ISKCON at large. On this most auspicious occasion of your appearance day, I am seeking your blessings. Please make me your causeless servant, your first-class servant. First-class servant means one who does not have to be told what to do for the master, but knows the master's mentality so well that he automatically carries out the master's desires. Please give me the boon that I will never leave your ISKCON, your GBC, and keep serving as a humble, menial servant in ISKCON. Please grant me this boon so that I can causelessly serve you and your mission birth after birth. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. Your forever servant, Kratudas. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much. Now we will hear the offering by Jayapataka Swami, which will be read by his disciple, Jitmitra Govindadas.
I offer my respectful obeisances to my spiritual father, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. On this sacred day of your Vyas Puja, I am offering you my respectful homage. Recently, some months ago, I heard your lecture from 1975 April in Mayapur, where you said, "So, one who is spreading Krishna Upadesh, simply repeat what is said by Krishna, then you become Acharya. Suppose you have got now 10,000. We shall expand to 100,000, that is required, then 100,000 to million, and million to 10 million. So there will be no scarcity of Acharya, and people will understand Krishna consciousness very easily." Lecture on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 113, April 6, 1975, Mayapur. Also, it was revealed to me that on multiple occasions you had mentioned thousands of gurus. I was thinking that your idea is the way to achieve Lord Chaitanya's prediction that in every town and village his holy name will be sung. I was seeing that many of my disciples only read a minimum to get their second initiation, and that if we advocate that they read all your books and get their degrees, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhaktivedanta, Bhakti Sarvabhauma, and then read your Leelamrita, understand your life and teachings. Although all this may be difficult compared to the present system where becoming a Diksha Guru, but by motivating, encouraging, advocating that each devotee should become mature practitioners, exponents of Krishna consciousness, we could actually fulfill your mission, the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His Divine Grace Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji had only two disciples. One was Bhajanandi and one was Goshtanandi, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Through his Goshtanandi disciple, you gave to us, and Krishna consciousness has spread all over the world. So, if each disciple becomes a mature devotee, qualifies to be Diksha Guru, even if they only initiate one or a few disciples, it is not important. But if that disciple is able to take up your mission and spread it like anything to the conditioned souls, that can be a great contribution. Although the present system is very easy, practically, to be a Diksha Guru, but still today we have less than 100 Diksha Gurus after more than 50 years of ISKCON. Your vision that we should have tens of thousands and ultimately millions of Acharyas initiating Gurus is nowhere near sight. To have a specific goal of reading your books and how to achieve this is by promoting, advocating and motivating all the devotees to see that your vision of having tens of thousands and ultimately millions of Gurus will be achieved. This may take a long time, but it is not so actually. I heard today from our principal of the Sri Mayapur International School that 14 students have got the Bhakti Shastri degree this year. Like that, if our students study your books from their childhood, they can achieve complete knowledge of your teachings. Please bless us that we can fulfill your vision for empowered preachers of the Krishna Consciousness movement. I am very fallen. Somehow I am trying to fulfill your instructions to me, but there is so much more that needs to be done. I pray for your mercy that I will be able to fulfill your vision. Your servant, Chabataka Swami.
Thank you so much. First, this book is every year for Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja. His Vyasa Puja offerings come out, and they're all written by his sannyas and guru disciples and his non-sannyas and guru disciples. And this year being the 125th, I think this is the thickest book I've seen for 30 years. It hasn't been this thick. because they were able to reach out and find every Prabhupada disciple in the world, I think, but it's pretty thick. So this book is an offering to Srila Prabhupada from ISKCON of Harrisburg. I will be placing it at his lotus feet. It will be there till the end of the year of this year. I request devotees, when you have any downtime, read it. Read any spiritual masters, because when we read these offerings by Prabhupada disciples, we understand who Prabhupada is. We understand the mood, because those are the disciples who had direct contact, just like Mother Badangi had direct contact with Srila Prabhupada. So if we want to really understand Srila Prabhupada's mood, we have to read the offerings of his disciples to him. It's just going to give us goosebumps. I can guarantee you that. So I'm going to put that before the Lord, and, before Srila Prabhupada. This is our offering to Srila Prabhupada. Now we will go to Mother Badangi. Yes, Mother, just sit there. You can say your offering, please.
Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Itinami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastacha Deshatani. Dear Srila Prabhupada, can everyone hear me? Yes. My words to you can hear. My words to glorify you are only an insignificant drop of water, as a drop is in the vast ocean. Obedience is the first law of discipline. Disciple means that one accepts the discipline of the teacher, and that implies obedience to his instructions. You perfectly obeyed your Guru Maharaj's order. Thus, on his order, you saved so many fallen souls. Your example in itself is a lesson for us to follow. Thus, you taught by your example and by your works. And even more wonderfully is how you still teach us today. Therefore, I am eternally indebted to you. And on this auspicious day, I pay my prostrated obeisances in the dust of your divine lotus feet. All glories unto you, Srila Prabhupada. You are the savior of the whole world, and I beg to remain your aspiring disciple eternally. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada.
This mask and glasses, not together. Okay. Next, I would like to invite the book team. They really worked very hard this year, the past 2-3 months, to make an offering to Srila Prabhupada. And I would like Nishit Prabhu, Prasad Prabhu, Nitya Gopal Prabhu, Jitmitra Prabhu, if one of you can come, actually 4 of you, it's a collective effort. If all 4 of you can come before Prabhupada, say something that you have done service, and share with everybody how many books of Prabhupada Lamrita you all have distributed. So 4 of you can stand up, and we'd like to come. You can sit before Prabhupada, because I think it's a very personal relationship with your Prabhupada. Just like how when we go before our Guru, we go towards him and we sit before him. So in the same way, if you would like to, probably you can sit this way if you want, but Looking at Shri Prabhupada and make your humble offering. Do you want to be the spokesperson? Sorry,
it's a humongous task. Right. The team has been working towards important goal to try and distribute as many Prabhupada's Leelamrit books, the sets, within the community, and they have worked hard towards contacting as many devotees that are around here in Harrisburg, and even some of them which are no more in Harrisburg but are connected in some fashion form with the temple. So it has been extended effort for last 2 months that we started. Mataji had given us a very steep target to connect and see, if we can kindle that interest in the people and that bhakti bhav for what Prabhupada has done for everybody. So it was an effort which team put together, and we were able to distribute about 11 sets in form of people taking it and also pledging some of them. So anybody who is interested can come forward, and the pledged set can be awarded to you on behalf of the temple and Prabhupada. The team has been reading all the volumes. They have, I think, gone through about 2 volumes, right? And it's really mesmerizing to see how Prabhupada went through this whole ordeal, right? From the time when he was born all the way, how he built himself towards this mission. So it was like he was getting ready for the mission bit by bit over the period of 67 years when he finally arrived, and he started the full-fledged effort in US. So it has been a very interesting read we have had so far, and I would highly recommend that each of you, whichever way you can get to that, either through vedabase.org or through the Leelamrit, please try to invest a little bit of time, and you will get a very good glimpse of what it takes to build this type of a setup, which is an international setup. So this international setup was built by Prabhupada, which was mostly a non-profit setup when we didn't have global companies existing, right? So the concept actually comes from there, from a corporation standpoint. So he ran it like a corporation in terms of the discipline. Of course, there were ups and downs in this whole effort of building the entire setup. But there are a lot of learnings, there are a lot of takeaways for all the individuals in different facets, and everything kind of relates in some fashion form to each one of us in our journey. So highly recommend and encourage you to come forward and take time out whenever you can to read and go through the book. The book is very insightful, and it really builds the perspective of what grit you need to have if you have to get onto such kind of a journey. And at the minimum, what we should do is try and propagate if we can't build something like this on our own. So I think we should definitely try and commit ourselves in some fashion form to all that he has done. At least take an ounce of what he has taught. So that's the most I can probably say at this point in time. Anybody? Jai Srila Prabhu.
Thank you so much. And you said it beautifully, Prabhu. Beautifully. Thank you. And just to reiterate Prasad Prabhu's point and his plea to all of us is definitely get a copy of Prabhupada Lamrita. It's a beautiful book. It's not a story book. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a Barbie, Disney, Bambi, Lion King, what have you. It's real life. It's real life, and I remember an interview that was done at Harvard University. There's a YouTube video of it somewhere. You can, Google it when you get home. Prabhupada's ISKCON's 50th anniversary was Prabhupada preached at the Harvard University 50 years ago. And interestingly, all those professors were still alive, of course older. They were all still alive. And the professors, they were all at the PhD and emeritus level, and they had a session just to glorify Prabhupada. I think about 20, 30 of them were there. And every one of them said, and they were all either religionists or theologians or something in the religion department. Every one of those professors said, in the history of religion, of all religions, no one has done what Prabhupada did in 11 years. No one has done it. Open 108 temples, go around the world in 14 years, suffered through 2 heart attacks at the age of 69. Mostly at the age 69, they want us to retire and just go on a Disney World trip or whatever, cruise, whatever you call it. Prabhupada didn't do that. So they all confirmed and said no one has done. He was the only one in the history of religion. So that is a proof to us that he is the ambassador of Lord Krishna. He's not an ordinary soul. He was an ambassador and will always be an ambassador of Lord Krishna. And just to allude Bhakti Swami's words, his last instructions to a few of our devotees when we were attending sessions in New Vrindavan, where he said that if we just, adding to what we just heard from Anantama Prabhu's offering, if Sri Prabhupada is not uphold, if he's not the center of any temple, by the time it gets to Purus, Suvrats, that age, Prabhupada is gone. His murti, his picture will be completely out of the temples. So we, second generation, should uphold Prabhupada so that the third kids, our children, will also they will love Prabhupada, they will be in love with Prabhupada, and they will fall in love with Prabhupada so that it can go on to the fourth. Now, Bhakti Swami says, if it goes to the fourth generation, then there's success for 10,000 years. So, between our age and this age, a lot of work. So that they can pass it to their kids, then we are fine. Then we know Prabhupada will never leave. Because he said 10,000 years, those are his books. So we should be very grateful to Srila Prabhupada. I want to ask if anyone else would like to make an offering to Srila Prabhupada. Say anything, whether it be an offering, a gratitude, anything. You can just raise your hands and I'll bring the mic to you. Anyone? Yes. I was hoping you would say something, Mother. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari Nirvishesa Sunyavani Paschat Deshatar. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much for allowing to me as your servant. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you, to know you, and to serve Sri Sri Radha Sharan Bihari Ji. We are into your lotus feet, into Sri Sri Radha Sharan Bihari Ji's lotus feet. And please continue in guiding us in a way you would like to be your puppets. We would like to be your puppets, Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for accepting us as your children. You are the best father that we can have. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to say anything?
Thank you, Mataji, for giving this opportunity. Actually, few months back, ISKCON Delhi temple, the main temple, they ran a campaign where they asked devotees all over the world to offer to Srila Prabhupada, and they will collect it, and probably they will publish it somehow, in some way. So it was, I think, mostly for the devotees in India, but Shri Guru Maharaj asked us to also send our offerings. So we were fortunate to do that. So I will just read out what we tried to wrote. Again, this is not my realization. I just, whatever came to my mind and what I thought is a proper respectful offering to Srila Prabhupada. I have tried my best. Om Agyanti Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Shri Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Desha Tarine. Dear Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you on this auspicious 125th day of your Vyas Puja. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. I feel greatly blessed to have the opportunity to offer you this Vyas Puja homage. Yet I always find myself at a loss for words when given such an opportunity. There is so much I am grateful for and so much to share. It becomes overwhelming to combine the emotions with words. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada, the fountainhead of all those who went to the Western world to preach the glories of the holy names of the Lord, the one who delivered countless fallen conditioned souls by imparting upon them the transcendental science of Krishna consciousness, and the one who fulfilled the following prophecy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Pratvite Ache Yat Nagaradi Gram Sarvatra Prachar Haibe Moranam. In every town and village, the chanting of my name will be heard. I feel extremely fortunate to have come in contact with devotees and a spiritual master who introduced me to your eternal and highest teachings on Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, I would have completely lost myself in this world of nescience. Thank you for giving us so many pure devotees in the form of spiritual masters and ISKCON, a wonderful God family, a spiritual institution which is spreading the highest science of Krishna consciousness all over the world in its purest form. Even demigods pray to take their next birth in this pure and divine spiritual institution founded by you. I would like to express my gratitude for your books and lectures, whose potency form the foundation of our humble endeavor to help introduce Krishna consciousness to the people in our congregation and families. It is miraculous to see lives being changed daily by the process of Krishna consciousness you have mercifully delivered. One of the first instructions of my initiating is Diksha spiritual master and your loving disciple, Shriman Kritudas Adhikari, is to hear your lectures first thing in the morning. As I hear your lectures more and more, I realize the significance of that instruction. I'm also extremely grateful to be able to regularly hear your teachings presented by your disciples, including your wisdom regarding how to deal with the material world. Your example and mood of tolerance and compassion are unparalleled. Once, Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji in Sri Vrindavan Dham said to one of your disciples, I can honestly tell you, there has never been a greater Acharya than your spiritual master. So this is the comment from Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. He possesses a very, very high status in Gaudiya, all the Gaudiya Sampradayas. He is saying, I can honestly tell you, there has never been a greater Acharya than your spiritual master. So he is talking about Srila Prabhupada. Because in history, there was never a greater servant of Shri Krishna's holy name than your spiritual master. Because your spiritual master had so much absolute understanding of Shri Krishna's holy name and so much absolute faith in Krishna's holy name that he personally carried out Shri Krishna's holy name throughout the length and breadth of the world. Therefore, he is the greatest Acharya who has ever existed. Hari Bol. We pray to you to please grant us service to your lotus feet so that by serving you, your wonderful disciples and followers, we may be able to make rapid progress in our endeavors in spiritual life. The devotees of the Lord who spread the names, fame, qualities and pastimes of Shri Shri Radha Madhav throughout the world are especially dear to him, and grabbing hold of your lotus feet is the best way for us to reach the spiritual world. Therefore, we pray to you with folded hands. Prati janme kori asha charnera dhuli. I desire the dust of your holy feet in every birth I may take. Also, we seek our blessings and mercy for the success of the ISKCON Yatras that we started, of course we means all the devotees have started, under the guidance of senior devotees and your disciples. Please bless me so that I can selflessly serve this yatra by becoming a pure instrument in your hands. Your servant, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So glad you had an offering. Is there anyone else that would like to say something before we go to the next part of the program?
Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Videshatarini. Dear Srila Prabhupada, myself feel so much blessed and fortunate to be part of your 125th Happiness Day celebration. It's really our fortune to be part of this celebration. We are forever indebted for all your teachings in the treasure house of the Krishna Consciousness you have provided. So many lives, daily lives have been changed of so many devotees and all over the world. None of the personality would have done this. Prabhupada, you are the real role model in all the area of the institution. Take the management, preaching, or any area of the institution. You are the role model for us. There's lot for us to learn from you. So during reading the Prabhupada Lila Amrut, so we are at the part where Prabhupada starting to US. So what we learn is strong determination. Prabhupada has such a strong determination. He has so many failures while bringing this movement forward. But Prabhupada never gave up. So that's the one of the quality I like to learn from the reading Prabhupada Lila. So I would like to thank you, Prabhupada, giving the shelter for us at your lotus feet and accepting as our children's, your children's and grandchildren's. Thank you so much. We are indebted for you forever. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else has an offering that they would like to share, or read, or speak in terms of more of gratitude? I will share mine. I was trying to avoid it because I was trying to avoid what Krishna Mataji went through. You know, when you speak to Prabhupada, he doesn't break down in tears. It's very, very hard to hold back tears. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Ti Namani. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarani. Dear Srila Prabhupada, it's very hard to actually write an offering of gratitude because every day we need your blessings to actually continue in this path of Bhakti Yoga. And each day brings tests, and each day brings purification, and each day it brings learning lessons. Personally, Prabhupada, it's only by your mercy that I'm actually here today. And I continue to beg for your mercy and for your blessings. And I still remember the words of my spiritual master, His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami, when he gave a tall order to his disciples, saying, "Make yourself worthy so I can offer you as part of a flower on Srila Prabhupada's garland." It's a very tall order to fulfill, Srila Prabhupada, but my desire is if you can accept me as your servant so that I can please my spiritual master, which I know will please you. So I beg for your forgiveness and aspire to always be your humble servant as my services are increasing in your movement. There's nothing that I can do on my own. There's nothing, I don't have any power. I have no strength, I have no energy, but it's all coming from you and your son. And I simply beg for your strength, your blessings, your mercy as my services increase in ISKCON, so that I can continue to be a follower in your movement. And at this time, I have been holding back to share with the devotees. I just asked my children, actually my second daughter, that by your mercy, both my daughters, forgive me, both my daughters have actually taken this process so seriously that they are actually aspiring for His Holiness Vritadvija Swami. So I ask the devotees to please bless both these girls as they pursue on their spiritual journey with their spiritual master, His Holiness Vritadvija Swami. Maharaj himself has accepted them as his aspiring disciples, and hopefully they will become his direct disciples so that they can continue Prabhupada's mission under His Holiness Vritadvija Swami. So I ask devotees to please bless these girls so that they can be a very nice servant in Srila Prabhupada's movement. And hopefully they won't be as crazy as I am. That's my biggest concern. But at least they'll be sane and sober so that they can continue serving their spiritual master in the mode of Srila Prabhupada. So thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for enlightening these children to be your followers, and enlightening them to want to be part of your movement, and enlightening them to want to stick with you until their last breath. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So the next part is a short video that devotees in ISKCON have put together, beautiful video, on Prabhupada's 125th birthday. I would request Aditya if he could just shoot that on the projector. I know you all would love it. It's really, really, really beautiful. And then we'll go to the next program. Hare Krishna.
A 70-year-old devotee of Krishna went to America in a cargo ship in 1965, and after an enormous struggle, he established an institution with a handful of young Americans. With them he started this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Within the short span of 11 years, Srila Prabhupada not only spread this movement practically through all the countries of the world, but he established 108 temples in all the major cities of the world. And this is how
His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki! Haribol. Beautiful video. Very nice. So next part of the program is going to be a little more uplifting. So it's not story time. It is interactive time. And this time I hand it over to Bhavya. Yes, she's one of the future leaders, by the way. Come on, Bhavya. Haribol. Bhavya and Vrinda. Okay, yeah, they worked on it together. So this is the time where we're going to jog the mind and the intelligence and the memory. And it's going to be fun. Get ready. As they are getting their stuff together, I would like to share a humble thought that I had, that I've always was told, that the more we say to Srila Prabhupada, I love you, Prabhupada, the more we will fall in love with Prabhupada. And every day, even though we may not really mean it, but every day we say, Prabhupada, I love you. You know, like how we tell our spouse, I love you. And then slowly, slowly, you become really deeply in love. So every day, if you just say to Prabhupada, I love you, Prabhupada, I love you, Prabhupada, I love you, Prabhupada. In a matter of time, we'll be so much in love with him that all we can speak is Prabhupada. Just wanted to share that. Okay, Baba, you ready, beta? Say again? You need 15 minutes? Teams. Okay, then explain how you want to do it. You're the boss. I'm the servant. Trying to slowly, have them be the boss. So I'm going to help them. So we need 2 teams. So what we're going to do is we're going to create 2 teams, and based on that team number, you'll switch to that team. So we'll say 1, 2, 1. It's fun. So all the ones stay there. All the 2s, so all the ones come here, and all the 2s go there. Dana, 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 dana. It's fun. Believe me, you're gonna have fun. So all the ones are here, and the 2s, okay, all the 2s are here, and all the ones go there, okay? The women, if you want to sit with Ishika and Puru, you come there next to, it's fine, okay? You guys can sit down. It's a very relaxed, fun game. Believe me, you're gonna have fun. Well, good. Daniel's gonna help his mom, so that's great. Mother Bananga, you over there? Okay, can someone get it? This is 1, right? Can you get a chair for Mother Bananga? You can sit next to Meera, right there. Okay. Varsha, you're 1, right, Varsha? Okay, you wanna come closer to yeah, that way then we can get, okay. So we got the 2 teams. So next part, Bhavya. So Bhavya's gonna, go ahead. The mic is yours, go.
Hare Krishna. So we're going to be playing Prabhupada trivia. All the questions are based upon Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So how it's going to work is there's going to be a question on the screen, and some of them are going to be multiple choice, some are like fill in the blanks. So first is going to be team 1, if they're going to answer the first question. And if they can't figure it out in under like 1 minute, then we're going to give it to team 2. And then it goes back and forth.
Test of knowledge. How much do we know Prabhupada? Let's go to Prabhupada trivia. Before we start, how many of us here have read the whole Lamrita? Okay, then you want to get a courtesy. I'm going to stand here. You read the whole Lamrita, right? Okay, I'll watch. I'm not going to help any of the men in this school will kill me.
Yes, we need a spokesperson. No, it's not for who. So each team select your spokesperson.
No Googling.
Oh, a phone.
No
Take a vote.
No Prabhupada money. Put the cell phones down.
Yes, please do not use your phones. If you use your phones, then it will not be very good consequences. Please don't use your phones.
Put the phones down. No Googling, no cheating.
This team, who's your spokesperson?
Figure it out back there. Name the spokesperson for your team. Okay. If you guys want to come close so that you guys can discuss the answers, come closer. Remember your spokesperson? Okay. Come closer. You guys can discuss the answers. But they can't
Okay, our first question goes to Team 1. Which year was Shri Prabhupada born? And I have the multiple answers. A, 1986, B, 1888, C, 1880, or D, 1896? Who's the spokesperson? That's correct. Team 2. The initial copies of the first volume of Srimad Bhagavatam were purchased by, I have the choices, A, the Ministry of Education, B, the U.S. Embassy, C, Delhi schools, or D, all of the above. Who's the spokesperson? Wrong answer. Now, because you answered wrong, so it has to go to Team 1. What do you guys think the answer is? Options again? A, the Ministry of Education, B, the U.S. Embassy, C, Delhi schools, or D, all of the above. That's also wrong. Back to you. Okay, there you go. These are the options. Correct. Okay, Team 1. Prabhupada encountered 2 heart attacks while sailing across which sea? A, the Caribbean Sea, B, East China Sea, C, the Red Sea, or D, the Mediterranean Sea? Team 1, who's your spokesperson? Okay. Srila Prabhupada encountered 2 heart attacks while sailing across which sea? A, the Caribbean Sea, B, East China Sea, C, the Red Sea, or D, the Mediterranean Sea? Sorry? Incorrect. That's wrong. Team 2. They said East China Sea. Team 2, what's your answer? Incorrect. Team 1. Their answer was the Mediterranean Sea. Correct. Red Sea is correct. Team 2. Next question is, the publication of Back to Godhead magazine started back after a break of how many years? A, 2 years, B, 5 years, C, 4 years, or D, 1 year? Ten seconds. 10 seconds. Correct.
Question number 5. Abhay returned to Vrindavan from Kurukshetra because A. He was homesick, B. Non-devotional discussions on Gita disturbed him, C. He was not paid sufficiently, or D. All of the above. Abhay returned to Vrindavan from Kurukshetra because
So I'll read it for you. Abhay returned to Vrindavan from Kurukshetra because A. He was homesick, B. Non-devotional discussions on Gita disturbed him, C. He was not paid sufficiently, D. All of the above. B. That is correct. Next question. The title Bhaktivedanta was conferred upon Abhay by A. Bhakti Sarangana Goswami and Sridhar Maharaj, B. His Holiness Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, C. Gaur Mohan De, D. Keshava Maharaj. Yeah, team 2. Got the answer? A. That is correct. This is team 1 now. Abhay first printed his Back to Godhead magazine in the year of? No options. Fill in the blank. $1944. Correct. Incorrect, but you're close. Sorry, incorrect, but you're close. Okay. Abhay first printed his Back to Godhead magazine in the year of? number, Jit Mitra Govinda Das. 1940s he's telling me. He gave the answer. Are beta. Okay, so that's, ignore that question. Next question. Now who's it now? Oh, that's right. No, they didn't get to answer it because you guys got it wrong. Okay, to be fair, we'll give you half point and half point, okay? Because you guys figure it out. Okay, next question. Who's the next team? This one? This one? Okay, team 2. Whichever team you're in. Okay, team 2. In 1948, Abai almost lost everything in business. B, gained back everything he had lost in business. C, took sannyas. D, left Krishna consciousness. Timer starts now. He didn't leave Krishna consciousness yet. At least that one we know. 1948. He lost everything in business. Correct. Okay, so team 1. Next question. After 1 month, Srila Prabhupada decided to leave Butler and go to this place to preach. What's the place? Is it an easy question? New York? Okay. This question, Srila Prabhupada had to share the loft on the top floor of 94 Bowery with A, David Allen, B, Keith Howard, C, David White, D, Dr. Carl. She has something. It's them. 20 seconds. $15 seconds. $10 seconds. David White. Incorrect. Yes, Mother Badangi. David Allen. She's correct. Now who's that? They got it. So back to team 2? Oh, them? They got it right. Okay. The first request for discipleship of Prabhupada came from A, Keith, B, Steve, C, Stanley, D, James. Yes. Keith. Correct. Question. Who was Keith? Kirtananda. Exactly. That's not no point. I'm just testing. Huh? Okay, now this one. So back to them again. Abai. Bhavya, team 2, okay. Abai's home at Calcutta was at 151 Harrison Road, 181 Harrison Road, 181 George Road, or 151 George Road. "151 Harrison Road." No, he said it before. Yes, that's right. You got it right. They are saying we are giving you easy. You're saying you are giving them easy. Kya baba? Okay, who's the next team? Bhavya. Okay, team 2. Team 1, sorry. Abhay and his younger sister were childhood playmates. Who was his younger sister? Her name. Pishima is not the name. Pishima means auntie in Bengali. Mother Batangi? Okay. Gotta come. What? No. Parikshit Prabhu said it. Oh, it doesn't count. Okay, the spokesperson had to say it. Do you know the answer? Okay, they don't know. What is Prabhupada's younger sister's name? Bhavatarini. That's her name, Bhavatarini. Exactly. Next question. Okay, half point. Children, you're making me get butchered here, man. Okay, fine. You know what, Bhavya, give them 1 point, give them 1 point. Before they butcher me. Okay, whatever. Now who's next? Which team? Okay, team 1. Abhay was how many years old when his mother Oh, this team, sorry. Abhay was how many years old when his mother expired? 10 years old, 22 years old, 14 years old, 16 years old. Twenty seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Oh my God, they are faster than me. Incorrect. Incorrect. Tell your spokesperson. Get from your team, yeah? 16. 16 years. Yeah, you guys should come together closer. And then he has to speak the answer. Tell your answers to Mother Bidangi. She's the spokesperson. Here it's Jit Mitra. Okay, who's next? Okay. In AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, what is AC? Yes. Tell Mother Abhay Charan. Why do you show the answer so quickly, yaar? Okay. AC Bhaktivedanta actually means Abhay Charanarvindam Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So it has to be wrong. I'm sorry. According to his initiated name. on. Next question. Which team is this? Okay. Abai received his what initiation from his spiritual master in Allahabad? First and second, or Harinam? In Allahabad. 30 seconds left. Incorrect. C. Yes. Prabhupada got first and second at the same time in Allahabad. He got his first and his Gayatri mantra. So you guys get a point. Team 1 gets a point. Next question. Team 1, what college did Abai go to? Calcutta Government, Scottish Churches, University of Calcutta, Presidency. B, Scottish Churches. Scottish Churches, correct. This team? Bhavya, this team? Team 2. Abai's family was closely associated with which wealthy family? Nasik family, Mulik family, Bose family, or Desai family? Yes, what's your answer? Mulik family. Correct. Yes, correct. So they're getting stricter. Only the spokesperson can give the answer. If anyone else speaks on behalf of the spokesperson, they will not get a point. So let's stick to the rules because the young ladies are butchering me here. The first, which team is it now? Okay, team 1. The first ISKCON's children's school, known as Gurukul, was first formed at? Hey, team 2, chup. Yes, mother. Dallas, Texas. Now, who's it now? Team 2. After the death of Mr. Nair, Mrs. Nair A gave up the fight and gave the land to ISKCON, gave up ISKCON's deposit and took back the land, carried on the fight by the influence of the lawyers determined to drive away ISKCON, also died. How, who's talking the seconds, the time? 30 seconds. Incorrect. Yes, team 1. Yes, after the death of Mr. Nair, Mrs. Nair A gave up the fight and gave the land to ISKCON, gave up ISKCON's deposit, gave back ISKCON's deposit and took back the land, carried on the fight by the influence of the lawyers determined to drive away ISKCON, also died. You said B? B. Incorrect. It's C. After Mr. Nair died, Mrs. Nair took the lawyers and fought until ISKCON won. That was the answer. Yes. Who's it? Okay, team 2. When Mrs. Nair burst into tears and begged forgiveness at Prabhupada's feet, Prabhupada was indifferent, B was compassionate and understood her heart and said she was like his daughter, C nodded his head but did not say anything, D smiled and blessed her. Team 2's turn. You guys. How many seconds? 30 seconds. B. Correct. Team 1. In 1971, Prabhupada wrote to who as the king of Krishna book distribution? A. Karandara Prabhu, B. Keshava, C. Rameshwara, D. Tripurari. Second, mother? D. Incorrect. They said D. Twenty seconds. You have 3 choices. How many seconds? 5 seconds. B. Keshava. Correct. The teams are tied right now. Team 1 and Team 2 are tied. Okay, good. Let's see. So Team 1. Prabhupada's statements on women liberation created a sensation in the radio and TV stations of which city and state? Fill in the blanks. You guys. So tell me the answer since you think it's our turn. Prabhuji, think. Prabhupada's statements on women liberation created a sensation in the radio and TV stations of which city and state? I will give you one hint. I was given permission. It's one of the metropolitan cities in America. Not every city in America is a metropolitan, so I'm sure we can doubt, what's the word? Process of elimination. 10 seconds. New York. Incorrect. The city and state. San Francisco. Incorrect. Incorrect. One more try on this team. One more hint. Yes, Mother Vedangi. Chicago, Illinois. They're butchering you now. Okay, next point. Who's the next team? This team? Okay, team 2. I'm going to piece you and give you another question. Oh, this team? Okay, sorry. Prabhupada said when he was a small boy, sometimes, listen. Prabhupada said when he was a small boy, sometimes he would go and watch movies of A. Tom and Jerry, B. Charlie Chaplin, C. Harry Potter, D. Mr. Bean. Charlie Chaplin. Correct. You people are really easy. You're easy there. Okay, now which team? Okay, team 2. Prabhupada often referred to New York, London, and LA as his special homes, and to America as his motherland, B. fatherland, C. eternal home, D. material house. How many seconds? 35 seconds. How many seconds? 20 seconds. B, fatherland. Correct. Which team? This one? Team 1? Team 1. On arriving to New York, Prabhupada initially stayed with A. Dr. Ramamurthy Mishra, B. Paramananda Mehra, C. Ravi Shankar, D. Uday Shankar. Please tell Mother Vedangi, Team 1. No Googling. Cell phones down. How many seconds? 30 seconds. Correct. The immigration stamp Prabhupada's visa allowing a stay for how long? Fill in the blank. The immigration stamped Prabhupada's visa allowing a stay for how long? No options. Time for cracking the coconut. Until the BOGO offering is over, we will continue this. 30 seconds. Time up. Incorrect. The immigration stamp Prabhupada's visa allowing a stay for team 1's turn. They said 1 month is incorrect. 1 month. Hey, put the phones down. Yeah, right. Oh, okay. What's the answer? Time's up. Yes, Mother Patangi. 8 months. Incorrect. 3 months. Incorrect. One more turn on this team. Then we'll tell you. One more turn on this team. 6 months. Incorrect. The answer is 2 months. Gotta read properly, Lambrita, seriously. Okay, who's the next team? They both didn't get it right. Okay, team 2. Sorry, team 1. Abai accepted sannyas from whom on September 17, 1959? Keshava Maharaj, Sridhar Maharaj, Bhakti Vilas Tirtha Maharaj, or Bhakti Saranga Maharaj? Sridhar Maharaj, incorrect. Exactly, ask him. He's got good ideas. Not, this is a good idea. 30 seconds. What's the answer? Keshava Maharaj, correct. Next question. Team 1. Wait, hold on. They got it right. So team 2. Team 2. In his first volume of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhaktivedanta Swami gave the biographical sketch of what? Your turn. In his first volume of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhaktivedanta Swami gave the biographical sketch of what? Of whom? Sorry, of whom? In the introduction. Yes. Okay, now who? Yeah. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, correct. Who's the next team? Team 1. Okay. Bhaktivedanta Swami's trip to Japan remained a dream due to A, no personal money to bear the travel expenses to Japan, B, no help from the government of India to sponsor his ticket, C, no help from any donors to bear his ticket, D, all of the above. D, correct. Next question. Who's which team? Team 2. How many copies of the first volume of Srimad Bhagavatam were printed? The first time printing, right? The first time it was printed, how many copies? 1, 10 copies. 2, 1100 copies. 3, 1000 copies. D, 100 copies. Got the answer? 15 seconds. 1,000 copies? Incorrect. Team 1. Forty seconds. D, 100 copies. Incorrect. 1,100 copies. Correct. Team 1. Srila Prabhupada named the deities of Sydney Temple as Radha Madhava, Radha Giridhari, Radha Madhara Mohan, Radha Gopinath. Radha Giridhari. Incorrect. Thirty-five seconds. Seconds. You guys should think too because it might bounce back. Radha Madhara Mohan? Incorrect. So B and C are wrong. Radha Gopinath. Because Radha Madhava is where? In Mayapur. Process of elimination. Okay. Next question. Team 2. What does the name Abhay Charan mean? I'm not giving the option. You guys should know the meaning. Come on. B. Correct. See, you got a very easy one. Hang on, wait. Now their turn. Bhavya, is their turn? Team 1. World headquarters for ISKCON used to be located at A. Mayapur, B. LA, C. Boston, D. New York. Used to be located, now the keyword is used to be located at A. Mayapur, B. LA, C. Boston, D. New York. Los Angeles. Correct. Okay, one more question and then we'll go to Pushpanjali. Abhai's parents are? Crack your coconut. Kya option? Parents and who's the mother? Gauramohan and Rajini. Haribol. And who is the winner? It's a tie. You want one more question to see who wins? Because now it's a tie. So they got right. So this is this team. Okay. In this question, I'll read it. Hold on. Haribol. In this question, whichever team answers the quickest, we will take that answer. Let me read that question first, Baba. Srila Prabhupada sent who to start a center for Krishna consciousness at London? A. Shamasundar and Malati. B. Mukunda and Janaki. C. Gurudas and Yamuna. D. All of the above. Wait, what's that? Damn, right? Damn. Yes. All of the above. Correct. So this team wins. She answered. Okay. That team also. It's a tie again. Because they both answered at the same time. So what do you want to do? Do you want to call a tie or do you want to fight one more war? Tie. Okay, we got a tie. Okay, one more that was told. One more. Then we got to call quits. Not this question. Okay, wait. They're going to pick one more question. This is not the question. Stop. What's his name? Aditya. That's his name. That's easy. Very easy. Why are you putting answers, Aditya? Okay. Good. ISKCON was legally established in A. Wait, hold on. Anybody answer first? Before they butcher me again? Toss matlab? Toss meaning what? They got the answer. Huh? What's the answer again? July? 1966. That's correct. Okay, what's the score now? Because we gotta end. It's a tie again. So listen, it's a tie. Let's be happy. Chant and be happy. Hare Krishna. Look, I'd rather you guys have a tie than fight with each other. Swear to God. Now this is a sign that what do we have to do? Read what? Haribol. So let's start, get ready for Pushpanjali. And after Pushpanjali, we'll do the Arti. Simultaneously, we'll have Guru Puja Arti and main Arti simultaneously. Can we all gather around Srila Prabhupada and for the Pushpanjali, please? Mandeep, can you carry this table with Put over there for me, please. Over there. Bhavya, can you do the...
Hare Krishna. So we'll start now. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya. So you repeat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadanti Swa Padantikam Dandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Saraswati iti namine Shri Vashavanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostite Jayatam Surato Pango Mama Manda Mategati Matsarvasya Padambojam Radha Madan Mohano Divyan Vindaranya Kalpa Drumadha Srimad Ratnagara Simhasana Sto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Deva Vestalivi Sivyamana Smarami. Sriman Rasa Prasaramhi Vamsi Vata Tata Stita Karshan Venuswane Gopi Gopinata Siyestuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. We do Shiva Pranam and then Pushpanjali. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Dishatarini Isha Pushpanjali through about 1/3 of your flowers, petals. 1/3. 1/3. You're going to do it 2 more times. So 1/3 of it. Keep 2/3. Yeah. Or you can get more from Vishaka also if you are not. Again. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vicharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Isha Pushpanjali Jai. One more after this. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vicharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Isha Pushpanjali. Hare Krishna. Now the rest of it, everything. Hare Krishna. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bando Mui Sabadana Mati Bando Mui Savadana Mati Ahara Prasade Vai Ibavato Iyajai Jahara Prasade Vai Ibavato Iyajai Krishna Prapti Ho Jayati Krishna Prapti Ho Jayati Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Harana Kuri Ho Mani Asha Harana Kuri Ho Mani Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Utama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Utama Gati De Prasade Pore Sarva Asa De Prasade Pore Sarva Asa Chakudan dilo je janme janme Prabhu se Chakudan dilo je janme janme Prabhu se Deve Jan Hide Pokasito. Deve Jan Hide Pokasito. Prema Bhakti Ja Hote Avidya Vinasha Jate. Prema Bhakti Ja Hote Avidya Vinasha Jate. Jaya Jaya Hara Charito. Jaya Jaya Hara Charito. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu. Lokana Lokera Jivana. Lokana Lokera Jivana. Ah, Prabhu Korodoya, Deho More Pada Jaya. Ah, Prabhu Korodoya, Deho More Pada Jaya. Evidas Krishna Tribhuvana. Evidas Krishna Tribhuvana. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Nithai Gora Haribo, 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 Nithai Gora Haribo. Nithai Gora Haribo, 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 Nithai Gora Haribo. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Sharan Bihari, Radha Sharan Bihari, Radhe. Jaya Radha Sharan Bihari, Radha Sharan Bihari, Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jagana, Jaya Jagana, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nithai Gora Haribo, 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 Nithai Gora Haribo. Gaur Bhavanande, Jayam Vishnupad, Paramhansa Prabhupada, Asto Terasata Srimad Divine Grace, Abhay Charan, Avinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki, Nityanilip Vishta Om Vishnupad, Paramhansa Prabhupada, Asto Terasata Srimad Divine Grace, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada Ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnavin Ki, Namacharya Brahmacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Shri Prabhupada Ki, Prem Shri Guru Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashari Gaur Bhaktivedanta Ki, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopina Sham Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki, Vrindavan Dham Ki, Mathura Dham Ki, Navadvip Dham Ki, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki, Jagannath Swami Ki, Ganga Mai Ki, Jamuna Mai Ki, Tulasi Devi Ki, Bhakti Devi Ki, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki, Shri Prabhupada appearance, Mahotsava Ki, Samaveda Bhaktivedanta Ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the Lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Namaste Narasimhaya. Kalarayani. Kalarayani. Hiranyakasipu Bhaksha. Silatankanakalaye. Ito nesingo parato nesingo. Ito nesingo parato nesingo. Yato yato yami tato nesingo. I hear nesingo, hidaye nesingo. Nothing amadim sharanam papaji. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladayini. Hiranyakasipu Bhaksha. Silatankanakalaye. Ito nesingo parato nesingo. Yato yato yami tato nesingo. I hear nesingo ridaye nesingo. Nothing amadim sharanam papaji. Kavakara kamara vare rakam Abhuta Singha Lalita Hiranyakasipu Tano Bringam Keshavadita Naradi Rupa Jai Jagadishare Jai Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishari. Jaya Natsingade, 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 Jaya Natsingade. Nitai Gora Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Sringa Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Vaishnava Thakur ki.
Thus concludes Sri Prabhupada's Vyasa 125th.
Wow. Haribo!
Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki.
Yeah.
May we continue to read Prabhupada May we continue to read about his biography about his disciple.
Yes.
And we go down and partake of Prabhupada's feast.
Yes. That's for sure.
Prabhupada read.
Yeah.